Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel, Ducks Hockey and More. Today's video, or this video I should say, is going to touch strictly on the Anaheim Ducks. I do talk about NHL related stuff all the time, but today's video is going to be Ducks only. And we're going to just basically talk about where the Ducks are at right now as of November 19th, 2022. See you in a second. All right, so let's get back into this. Hey, before we get too deep, go down, subscribe, smash that like button, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm putting up content. If you're a Ducks fan, you've got to have this channel on your list of subscribed channels too. And if you're just an NHL fan, do the same because I talk NHL talk, hockey talk, I like to call it, all the time. So definitely go down, subscribe, smash that like button. Let's talk Ducks. Okay, Anaheim. Being a huge Anaheim Ducks fan, I bleed orange. This season has been a real struggle. Look, I knew going into this season it could potentially go south. We're obviously in a rebuild. Verbeek has made it pretty clear of that. Pat Verbeek, our new GM. And the offseason moves he made were very good, in my opinion. And I think that they are starting to show promise. So far this season, it's been a struggle. This team has not been able to get it together and be consistent at all. So in talking about that, let's just talk. Their current record is 5-11-1. They have not yet won a regulation game. Okay, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, people, that the Ducks or any NHL team, they have 11 points in the NHL a little over a month into the season, and they haven't even gotten a regulation win yet. Are you kidding me? Every point the Ducks have gotten has been in overtime or in a shootout. So that right there is red flag, okay? That's really bad, okay? You obviously aren't good enough to win games in regulation, is what that says, right? You have some resiliency, though. You can tell because they've gone to overtime in the shootout and they've gotten points, okay? And in fact, they're undefeated in overtime. If anything, the Ducks should take every team to overtime, and because the chances are they're going to win the game. So there you go. There's their strategy moving forward. Anyway, so look, 5-11-1 on the year. Here's some interesting stats for the Ducks. Goals for. Okay, this year, 47 goals for. They are 25th in the league. Okay, so they're not dead last, but that's not good. You want to be in that, upper half, if you will, the top 15 teams, 15, 16 teams, in my opinion, to succeed in this league. 47 goals for. They're 25th. Here's the killer. Goals against. They have 73 goals against. Guess what? That is 32nd dead last in the league. Until as of late, the last couple games, and I'll touch on that in a second, they have been letting the puck in like crazy. Their defense has been absolutely just crap, okay? Crap. I've talked about it in other videos. Go watch them, but defense is crap. Now, that being said, in the last couple of games, Chicago, Winnipeg, Detroit, the Detroit game they won in overtime, but defense has gotten better. I've seen a lot of improvements of them winning battles, better transitions out of their zone, better passing, winning some more battles, which is huge. And they seem to be laying the body on some players a little bit more. Not as much as I'd like to see, but they're being a little bit more physical. But defense, there you go. You can't expect your goalies to stop everything if you're not helping them, okay? You can't. You got to have good D. What wins championships, everybody? That's right. Defense and goaltending. If you're a regular and you watch my videos, you know I talk about it all the time. Defense and goaltending wins championships. There's some big improvements that need to happen for the Ducks on their D. Now, the last couple of games, things have improved. They've limited shots better. They've gotten better at clearing out in front of the net better and winning those battles down behind their net and moving the puck out of their zone better. I have noticed a couple of breakdowns here and there. One of the things that strikes me as really, and it's really hard to understand why they can't do this, but there are times where they're running around in their own zone, and it seems like they just kind of stop. And I know sometimes they're tired, and that has something to do with it, but they just stand there and watch the other team skate around passing it. And I'm watching, screaming at the TV, to put pressure on the puck carrier. Make them make a bad pass. Make them fumble it so you can get the puck. When they go to clear the zone, obviously when you're in distress as a defenseman or anybody, or even a forward in your own zone, and you need to get the puck out of the zone to make a change, to get a whistle, to whatever the case may be, you need to make that happen. Get it up off the boards, off the glass, and out. Obviously, icing it's not the right thing to do when you're really tired. Sometimes you have no choice. But, I watched them, and especially in the last game, I felt like there were times where they could have easily got the puck out of their own zone, but they made this wimpy-ass little attempt, and Winnipeg was the last team they played, kept it in. So those kind of things, you're already tired. You don't get it out of the zone, so guess what? The other team's going to bring it right back in and keep cycling and everything. That's how Winnipeg won the game last couple nights ago. It was a great game played by both teams. Very tight checking game, close game, not a whole lot of room out there on the ice. And I really liked what I saw from the Ducks. They came back after being down 2-1 in the third from a goal by Kyle Connor's second goal. They tied it. Zegras had him and Adam Henrique had a great passing play on a rush, and Zegras buried it, roofed it. It was tied the game. Now, they held on for a while, but in the last minute, they let Kyle Connor score his hat trick goal with only like 58 seconds left in the game. Well, why? Because they allowed Winnipeg to come down in their own zone, and they allowed them to cycle the puck around and play Winnipeg's game, which ultimately ended up in the back of their net. And they lost. It was a great game. It was a heartbreaker because I feel like the Ducks should have at least got a point out of that game. But defense has gotten better, and let's hope that this continues to improve. Trevor Zegras was very upset after the last game. There was an interview with him shortly after the game. He basically said, "I am tired of losing." Well, Zegras, Ducks fans are tired of you guys losing too. So let's hope we get some wins here. We got St. Louis tonight. Hey, I wanted to talk about something else that's part of this Ducks team's issues, okay? Defense is getting better, and hopefully that continues. The second period, okay? The second period is our other dagger in our side right now. The second period, for some reason, the Ducks just lay eggs. They crap all over the ice, okay? Here's some stats real quick on the second period. They only have 9 goals for in the second period so far this year. 9. Okay, they have 26 against. So for some reason, the second period comes around and they just fall apart. Now, you do have a longer change in the second period to getting to your bench. We all know that. It makes it a little bit more difficult to change. But to me, that is no excuse for 9 goals for and 26 against. Second periods are killing the Ducks. Third periods aren't great either. They're getting lit up in the third as well. They put more goals in, but they're still getting lit up. Similar numbers, but more goals for the Ducks in the third. But they have to clean this goals against out, especially in the second. That's a big one. Most people don't think about these kind of things, but the second period is killing them. So let's hope they have a really good second period tonight. Let's talk some stats, individual players real quick so you can see kind of who's doing really well. The players I expected to do well are. The depth players are not. So real quick, Troy Terry is leading the team. He's got 20 points. I love Troy Terry. Last year was a breakout season for Troy. It was going to be kind of an interesting thing to see. Can Troy Terry do it again? Is he going to do it again? He is. He's doing it again, people. 7 goals, 13 assists. He's got 20 points on the year. Trevor Zegras, looking good. I love Z. 8 goals, 8 assists. He's got 16 points on the year. Ryan Strome, newcomer. He's got 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. About what I expected from a Ryan Strome. Depth scoring, which is what we needed from him, and it's there. Adam Henrique, one of my favorite players on the Ducks. one of those players I really don't want to see leave, but I have a feeling that he might get moved this year before the deadline. I have a feeling Adam Henrique's going to be a piece of to another contender who's going to want somebody with Henrique's experience and is willing to take on his salary and all that. So we'll see what happens. I like Adam Henrique. I think he's a great player. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Anyway, Adam Henrique has 5 goals as well, 3 assists, so he has 8 points. Really good. When Adam Henrique gets going, man, he can put the puck in the net. He gets pretty creative out there sometimes for a big guy or bigger-ish kind of guy. He's not super big, but he can do some pretty cool stuff when he has the open ice and has the room. Another player I want to see, he had a goal the other night, Mason McTavish. He's got 2 goals, 6 assists. I really feel like McTavish is a Calder Trophy finalist, but he's got to pick it up. Now, Mason McTavish has been playing hockey for, I don't even know, over a year straight now. The guy hasn't had a break. He's been in the minors. He's been in the Olympics. He's been, the World Juniors. He's all over the place, and now he's playing in the NHL. So the kid's got a lot of wear and tear on a 19-year-old, but he's out there every night. He is on the 4th line, limits his ability to really do, but he is on the power play. And the new look power play, guys, if you watch that last game, I like what I see. Mason McTavish on the wing as a one-time option, and Trevor Zegras is more of a setup option. And I like it. I like the way they were moving the puck in the last game. Now, I do want to see Z try and lighten up because he's got a great shot. But at the same time, so does McTavish. And the new look, the passing was crisper and better. It actually looked like they knew what they were doing out there. So the changes they've made on the power play, I'm a big fan of. And hopefully this maybe will help the team to start win some games because our special teams are atrocious. So power play, new look power play looks good. Mason McTavish, though, hopefully he can start picking up the pace on some points. John Klingberg, I've said it in previous videos, I don't like what John Klingberg has brought so far as a defenseman. Offensively, he's starting to pick it up. He finally has a goal, so he's got 1 goal. He does have 7 assists for 8 points on the year. So his point production is a little bit off of what I'd like to see. I'd like to see him closer to the Zegras. I'd like to see him double-digit by now. Okay, but and a couple extra goals in there too. But Klingberg's starting to show his offensive abilities lately, which is good. That's what we need. It's his defense, man. Sometimes I watch him on the defensive and just defending in general. Ugh, God, it's really bad. That's just my opinion. But Frank Vetrano, 4 goals on the year. I love Frankie Vetrano. He's got a great shot. I think he leads the team in shot attempts. He is a shooter for sure. Silverberg's got 3 goals, and Maxime Comtois has 4 goals. So I'd like to see some more depth scoring from the Anaheim Ducks. I mean, Terry Zegras, Strome, Henrique, they're putting the puck in the net. We need some more depth scoring. Here's some guys that need to step it up. Silverberg, I'd like to see get some more goals. 3 is not enough. I mean, for Sylvie at this point, that might not be too bad, but 2 out of those 3 goals came in 1 game. But I need to see more scoring from Isaac Lundestrom. This guy had a great year last year, Isaac did. And it's not that he's having a bad year this year, but statistically, goals and assists, Isaac hasn't woken up yet. He's on the 3rd line, playing with Silverberg, and who they have on the wing, Max Jones. So I'd like to see Isaac get going there. Same thing with Max Jones. Max Jones, another player of ours that if he wants to stick around and be a Duck for long term, he's got to start showing us that he can put the puck in the net and create plays. Isaac Lundestrom, Max Jones need to pick it up. I think Vetrano has a lot more upside and ability to put the puck in the net. I'd like to see him start ticking it up a little bit. Obviously, Mason McTavish, we talked about it. I think he's going to get more points with this new look power play. So I think his point totals are going to start rising because of what they've done on the power play. Because he's going to get way more looks at the net. Mason McTavish, man. Maxime Comtois too. This guy is really good. He's got a great shot. We just need a little bit more out of him. But the other thing too, Drysdale on the blue line. Drysdale, he's a young defenseman, but man, he can skate. He can move the puck. He's like a Cam Fowler. He's got a lot of offensive upside, and he can move that puck, and he's a good passer. So that's a missing component there that we're used to seeing all of last year and the beginning part of this year. That's not going to help. And hopefully when he comes back, that'll help us improve not only on the power play, but just in general at moving the puck out of our zone. That's a big thing, getting it out of the zone, not turning it over. So listen, Ducks are starting to improve. I almost feel like they're on the cusp of not breaking out and going nuts, but starting to win some games and being more consistent. I can see it. It's there. It's so close. The Detroit game. Then, they lost the next game in Winnipeg, but man, did they look good. You know what I mean? The game they lost against Chicago at home 3 games ago, even though they lost to a team that's mediocre, it was a much better team, on the ice and the way they played, and the structure was there more. So I've seen a lot of improvements in the last 3 games. I feel like the Winnipeg game was a really good game for the Ducks, one of their best of the year, even though they lost in the last minute. I think that was a good game for them. I think that we're really close, guys, to just breaking out. Now we go into St. Louis, and we've got 2 in St. Louis tonight and then again on Monday. Kind of a weird thing with the NHL schedule, but 2 games against the Blues. The Blues are heating up. They lost like 8 in a row there. Now they're heating it back up. They beat Vegas. They beat Colorado. So they're starting to win games again, which I kind of thought they would. I didn't think that this horrible, losing streak they were on was going to last. They're too good to let that happen. So this would be a really good test for Anaheim. If they play these 2 games, they can get 1 win out of these 2 games in St. Louis, I'd be really happy because it shows that they're coming around. So, hey, Ducks fans, go watch the game tonight. I don't know. Let's go, Ducks. Don't lose your faith, guys. Hang in there. It's going to happen. This year's going to be tough. It's just going to be tough to watch. It really is. But we got to crank through it. Take the little things we can out of it. And I think this team is going to be really good. Get another 2 or 3 years from now. You guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be worth the wait. And so you got to be patient. It's hard, I know. Believe me, I know, okay? Being a Ducks fan since 1993 and watching the roller coaster ride they've been on over the years, it's these dips and these downtimes are really, really hard to watch. They really are. But Ducks fans, hang in there, be patient. Our team is good, and they're going to be really good come a few more years from now, especially after Verbeek tweaks it and makes it right. I'm telling you. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Smash the like button, smash the bell so you know when I'm putting up content. Thanks, as always, for coming by and supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it a lot. We'll see you next time, guys.